Alien professor warns, this plant drops us in seconds. Human says, we call that seasoning. The most dangerous thing in Xenobotany 101 wasn't in a cage. It was sitting in an ordinary clay pot at the front of the lecture hall. Students leaned back in their seats as the hollow screen zoomed in on a cluster of bright red pods. They looked harmless, pretty even. Professor Therrell tapped the pot with a stylus and the overhead lights dimmed. This, he said, voice echoing over 100 nervous hearts, is Capsa flora excrucio. A single unshielded touch to your mucous membranes will incapacitate you. One pod ingested will shut down most known species in seconds. At the back of the hall, Tyler squinted. Red pods, waxy skin, slight curve. He glanced at the label on the pot. Se excrucio solanaceae. His mouth twitched. Those are peppers. Around him, alien students hissed and clicked in fear, tendrils withdrawing, fur fluffing. The Ral swept his gaze over the room. You will not breathe on it. You will not lean toward it. You will not contemplate tasting it. Have I made myself... Tyler raised his hand. The professor froze. Yes, human Tyler. So, Tyler said, trying not to laugh. On Earth, we call that seasoning. The entire hall stopped breathing. A winged student dropped their tablet. Someone whispered, he's joking, like a prayer. The Ral blinked sideways, both pairs of eyes focusing on him. Clarify, he said faintly. Tyler shrugged. We dry it, grind it up, sprinkle it on food. Some people eat whole ones for fun. My uncle puts it on everything. He says if it doesn't hurt, it's not dinner. The holoscreen helpfully flashed up human culinary images as the translator tried to cross-reference bowls of chili, hot sauce bottles, people red-faced and grinning. Several students made gagging noises. Therrell pressed 2 fingers to his temple. Your species consumes a contact neuroirritant as a recreational flavor enhancer. Pretty much, Tyler paused. We do sweat a lot and cry, but like on purpose. The professor stared at the pot, then back at Tyler, then at the class. For the record, he said slowly, the last time I allowed this plant unshielded in a lab, 3 graduate students required resuscitation and 1 requested immediate transfer to accounting. A ripple of uneasy laughter. Tyler's smile faded a little. Yeah, you probably shouldn't lick it. After class, when the others had filed out in a rush of whispers, Therrell stopped Tyler at the door. Stay, he said. We need to talk about your people's questionable relationship with self-preservation. Tyler hovered by the desk while the professor sealed the pot in a containment field. Ingesting excrucio should cause cascading system failure, Therrell said. On my world, it drops us quickly. On mine, it just makes you rethink your life choices for a few minutes, Tyler said. Our mouths are full of pain receptors, but the rest of us handles it okay. There's even research, capsaicin, that's the active part, gets used for pain therapy, circulation, that kind of thing. The Ral's tendrils twitched in alarm and curiosity. You weaponize the thing that makes you suffer to manage other suffering? Tyler grinned. Humans are weird. That, Therrell muttered, is becoming a theme. He hesitated. Would you consent to a controlled scan while consuming a very small amount, for science, as you insist on saying? Tyler thought of the last time he'd lost a dare to a ghost pepper. Then he thought of the tuition bill on his datapad. For science, he agreed. They did it by the book. Mid-team on standby. Microdose of purified extract. Sensors on every inch of Tyler's skin. Therrell watched the readout spike as Tyler's face flushed, eyes watered, heart rate jumped, and then stabilized. Whew, Tyler gasped, fanning his mouth. Okay, that's the good stuff. 10 out of 10 would regret again. Therrell flicked through the data. Your organs remain functional, biochemistry compensating, pain without damage. He looked at Tyler like a puzzle piece that had just flipped over. Do you understand what this means? He asked. That I should have brought milk, Tyler wheezed. Therrell's eyes glittered. That humans might tolerate compounds the rest of us classify as certain doom. That your bodies could walk through environments we cannot approach. Tyler blinked. Because we like spicy food? Because you survive it, Therrell said. 2 months later, the station's lower decks flooded with alarms. Biohazard, the walls flashed. Toxin released, sealing zones. Tyler woke to red lights and the taste of metal in the air. He stumbled into the corridor just as Theral appeared, mask clamped over his face. "Professor," Tyler coughed, "what's going on?" "A smuggling ship crashed in Dock 3, Theral said grimly. "Its cargo ruptured. Refined excrucio aerosolized. My people are collapsing near the vents. I shouldn't even be this close." Tyler's skin prickled. "Is it lethal?" he asked. "For most of us, yes," Theral said. "For you," he hesitated, then looked Tyler straight in the eye. "For you, maybe just very uncomfortable." Tyler's stomach dropped. "You want me to walk into a cloud of weaponized hot sauce?" "I want you to shut down the leak from the control console," Theral said. "The safety override requires manual input. No drones will survive the concentration." Tyler stared at the sealed bulkhead toward Dock 3. He pictured the medbay filling with gasping dragons, eyes wide, unable to breathe. He pictured his uncle laughing over a pot of chili, saying, "Pain is temporary. Stories are forever, kid." "Suit me up," Tyler said. The hazmat gear helped, a little. The air in Dock 3 still hit like opening an oven in a pepper factory. Tyler's eyes watered inside the mask. His skin tingled, then burned. Every breath was a question. Is this too much? "Talk to me," Theral's voice came through the comm. "Vitals are elevated but acceptable. You owe me so many free credits." Tyler rasped, stumbling toward the control panel. The floor was littered with fainted engineers. He keyed in the override with shaking hands. The toxin vents slammed shut. Purifiers roared to life. By the time he staggered back to the decontamination threshold, his legs felt like noodles, and his face like it had personally offended the sun. The door hissed open. Theral waited on the other side, eyes wide behind his mask. Tyler peeled his own off and wheezed, 0 out of 10, would not recommend that brand of seasoning. Theral made a sound somewhere between a laugh and a sob. "You walked through what drops us in seconds," he said, "because once you told me your people eat it for fun." Tyler shrugged weakly. "We build tolerance to food, to pain, to a lot of things." Theral looked back toward the still-sealed medbay doors. "Today," he said softly, "your people's ridiculous idea of comfort food saved 3 decks." He lifted the now famous clay pot, brought for analysis, sealed and safe. "Perhaps," he murmured. "The things that terrify us most are the ones you'll someday turn into dinner." Later, when the station's rumor net called him the human who walked through fire, Tyler would just say, "It wasn't fire, it was spice." If this hit home, tap save, share it with someone who needs it, and drop one word in the comments, spice.